Welcome to the dance. Welcome to the dance. And what is the dance? It's the dance of abundance. I want to suggest to you that this is the point. This is touching the edge, and what we're looking for is what we feel like we've lost. And what is it that we feel like we've lost? Oftentimes it's that sense of abundance, that sense of things going well. And I want to suggest to you that abundance is a process of manifestation. We find abundance by recognizing it in our current situation. It's like planting seeds that eventually become crops. We may not have the crops yet, but we have the seeds, and that's a form of abundance. So I want to suggest to you that the way we frame our reality is how we find our connection to abundance. This is what we've lost. How we can frame things in a way that's responsive to our mission and not reactive to all the things that are going on. We want to recognize we have the ability to respond to any of the challenges that we're facing if we stay in contact with our center, our grounded self, and recognize that that is our home, our peace, our internal groundedness. That is the home that we're looking for. That is the abundance that we're working to find. You know, for me, it kind of reminds me of modern physics. We're taught that in modern physics that the observer changes the observed, even at great distances. So what I want to suggest is how we frame our reality changes our reality. It goes back to those old, experiments that, when they shifted kids into two different groups, how if they treated one group poorly, if they kind of gave them the sense that they wouldn't succeed, how they lived up or down to the expectations of the facilitator. So I want to suggest to you how you frame your reality matters. You change the world by framing it in terms of your process of your mission. If you frame it in terms of being against all these other people, you actually have an inner fragmentation. I want to suggest you frame the world through holistic eyes, recognizing that your life is a whole. And even if you are working to create change, whatever that change may be, don't do it through fragmentation. Do it through abundance. Do it through connecting through the lens of resilience. What is it that makes us feel resilience? When we feel a sense of hope. Do it through a sense of inspiration. Be inspired by the situation, inspired to add to it, inspired to find joy in it. Do it through the lens of courage. Recognizing that courage does not mean that we don't feel fear. It means that we feel inspired to become bigger than the fears that we have. We end up having a sense of grace that actually supports us in stepping up to the fear. Do it through the eyes of wisdom, and recognizing in that wisdom to focus on what you're doing rather than what's going on. Focus on output rather than outcome. Do it through the lens of creativity, because your test is also your testimony, and someone in this world is looking to be inspired by you. When you reframe your reality in this way, you change the nature of reality. Remember, how you frame things changes the world. I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to ask you to listen carefully. Here we go. You are the world that we're looking for. Shine it out. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being part of this process. Namaste, my friend.